Good afternoon, students in ILP5. I hope everyone is ready to learn today. In the last lesson at the end, I explained today we will be doing a reading lesson. So in this lesson, I will read a story. You will have to read along with me, and at the end there is going to be some questions and to talk about the story. We'll go through any words that you do not know or understand, and you can do the exercises in the student book and the workbook to make sure that you understand what the story is talking about. It is very important that you read to learn English, because you need to know the pronunciation for the alphabet, so everyone can say the alphabet: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me? It's very good. So you know the alphabet. You also need to know about the pronunciation of the words, and if you're out and about, learning how to read the menu in a restaurant. If you want to order food, if you want to get a bus or a train, need to know what time the buses go and where. So it's very important to read. Very important. So I hope everyone practices reading a few times a week. So we'll start by going to the student book. So if you look at your student book, you will see the reading exercise, which is on page 10, which is on page 10 of your student book. So you can see the reading exercise. You see the story. So you see the story, so we are going to read a story. So I will read it first, you listen to what I say, and then I will read it again and you follow what I say, okay? And then the last time you do by yourself. So everyone listen, just listen, put down your books and just listen. So today is Monday. Mrs. Johnson asks her class, "Where did you go last weekend?" Rosa says, "I went to an aquarium. I saw a shark. It was fantastic." Mrs. Johnson grins. "That sounds good. What did you do, Ming and Tim?" Ming says, "I had fun too. I did volunteer work at a national park." Tim says, "I went to an art gallery. I saw a lot of famous paintings." Suddenly Kevin speaks up. "My weekend was different. I read a lot of books. I did all of these things at home." So everyone is going to listen now and they're going to read after me. So everyone can say, "Today is Monday. Mrs. Johnson asks her class, 'Where did you go last weekend?' Rosa says, 'I went to an aquarium. I saw a shark. It was fantastic.'" Then we have second, make sure your fingers is on the words as you follow. Mrs. Johnson grins. "That sounds good. What did you do, Ming and Tim?" Ming says, "I had fun too. I did volunteer work at a national park." Tim says, "I went to an art gallery. I saw a lot of famous paintings." Suddenly Kevin speaks up. "My weekend was different. I read a lot of books. I did all of those things at home." So you can read by yourself So, or else you can follow what I say and read. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Are you ready to answer? Okay, take a minute and I will ask you a few questions. So question number 1. What day is today? Good, today is Monday. Very good, today is Monday. So you know the days of the week. Today is Monday. Where are the students? Ah, excellent. The students are in the classroom. Very good. What are they learning about? They are learning about the simple past tense. Good. Where did you go last weekend and what did you do last weekend? Who's in the class? Oh, good. The teacher, Mrs. Johnson, and Ming and Tim and Rosa and Kevin. Where did Rosa go last weekend? Remember she went to an aquarium. Where did Ming and Tim go last weekend? Ming went to the National Park and Tim went to the art gallery. Where did Kevin go last weekend? Kevin did not go anywhere, he stayed at home. What did Rosa do last weekend? She saw a shark. What did Ming do last weekend? She did volunteer work. What did Tim do last weekend? He saw famous paintings. And what did Kevin do last weekend? He read a lot of books. So you can see here we are learning again where did you go last weekend and what did you do last weekend, how to ask and answer. Remember the soccer stadium, remember the swimming pool, what you need to, all these places that we learned in the last few lessons. You need to know where did you go and what did you do. So that is the story. I hope you practice a few times so you can remember the words and pronunciation. Go and look at the video again, follow what I have said. When you are finished, question number 1. Where did Rosa go last weekend? Did she go to an aquarium, B, the National Park, or C, the art gallery? So where did she go? Go and find out where did she go. Rosa, I went to an aquarium. So the aquarium is A, B, or C? A. Excellent work. So then you circle A. And then number 2. What did Ming do last weekend? Did she do volunteer work? She went camping or she took pictures? So again, go back to the story and find out what Ming did and circle A, B, or C. And what did Kevin read? Kevin read what? So Kevin read ... So go and find out. Kevin read a lot of books. So you write Kevin read a lot of books last weekend. So that is the question in the student book on page 10-11. When you are finished, you have your workbook, page 6. So the first section, you will have to have the book, student book, and the workbook open. You need to put in order. What is the order of the story? What paragraph goes number 1? What paragraph goes number 2? What paragraph goes number 3? And what paragraph is the last paragraph? So it is not in the correct order. So remember, you start off with today is Monday. So find today is Monday. Mrs. Johnson, no. Suddenly Kevin, no. Today is Monday. So today is Monday is number 1. So you write number 1. So today is Monday. Mrs. Johnson asks her class, where did you go last weekend? Rosa says, I went to an aquarium. I saw a shark. It was fantastic. What goes after it was fantastic? So find it was fantastic. Then you have the next line. Mrs. Johnson grins. So find Mrs. Johnson grins. Here we go. Mrs. Johnson grins. So this is number 2. That sounds good. What did you do, Ming? And Tim. Ming says, I had fun too. I did volunteer work at the national park. So what goes after national park? Tim says. So find Tim says. Oh, here we go. So Tim says is number 3. I went to an art gallery. I saw a lot of famous paintings. And then you find number 4. So put in the correct numbers of the order of the story. These are not in the correct order. Then you have true or false. Tim saw a shark at the art gallery. So go to the story. Tim saw a shark. Yes or no? True or false? Did he see a shark? Circle true. T for correct and F for no. Ming went to a national park. Yes or no? Or true or false? Rosa read a lot of books. True or false? Kevin was at home last weekend. True or false? So look at the story and find out the true or false. Tim saw a shark at the aquarium. I think it's false because Rosa saw the shark, not Tim, so you circle F. Ming went to a national park. Ming says, I had fun too. I did volunteer work at a national park, so that is true. So you circle T. So you can do number 3 and 4 by yourself. And then match and write. So we have SHARK is a shark. SUDDENLY suddenly, and GRIN grin. So those are the 3 words. Match and write the words. And then page 7. Where did Tim go last weekend? He went to an art gallery. What did he do? Remember, what do you do at the art gallery? He saw famous paintings. Where did Rosa go last weekend? Find in the story. She went to an aquarium. So she went to an aquarium. What did she do at the aquarium? She saw a shark. What did Ming do at the national parks? What do you do at the national park? Do volunteer work. So she did volunteer work. Make sure the sentences are in the simple past tense. So he went, he saw, she went, she saw. So make sure in the simple past tense, remember, in the past tense. And then E. I watched a soccer game. I went to a concert hall. My weekend was different, and I took a swimming class. So there is 4 blanks. So you see number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Put the correct sentence in the correct blank. So today is Monday. Mr. Redford asked his class, where did you go last weekend? Mike says, so I listen to classical music. So what do you do? Where do you listen to classical music? I went to a concert hall. Number 1. It was fantastic. Mrs. Redford grins. That sounds good. What did you do, Kelly and Sue? Kelly says, I had fun too. At a soccer stadium. So what do you do at the soccer stadium? I watched a soccer game. Very good. Number 2. I watched a soccer game at a soccer stadium. Sue says, I went to a swimming pool. I took a swimming class. So I took a swimming class. So you do that at the swimming pool. Suddenly Harry speaks up. I read a lot of books. So my weekend was different. He did not go out. He was staying at home, so he was different. I did all of those things at home. So when you are finished filling in these blanks, you can practice reading again how to form the story. So today is Monday. Listen and read. Today is Monday. Mr. Redford asks his class, "Where did you go last weekend?" Mike says, "I went to a concert hall. I listened to classical music. It was fantastic." Mr. Redford grins. "That sounds good. What did you do, Kelly and Sue?" Kelly says, "I had fun too. I watched a soccer game at a soccer stadium." Sue says, "I went to a swimming pool. I took a swimming class." Suddenly Harry speaks up. "My weekend was different. I read a lot of books. I did all of those things at home." So that is story, read, practice. So you're going to do a lot of reading in this lesson. Need to do reading. We're going to do reading at least once every 2 or 3 weeks. It's very important to learn how to read, how to write, how to phrase. So there is lots of elements of English to learn, but reading is a very important one, as I said earlier in the show. So that is the lesson done. Hope you had a good time today. It was nice to talk to you. Hopefully it won't be too long before you're coming back to school. So I'll see you again and have a good day. Bye.